friends, this is PTBarpun. I'm going to be showing you how to make this Echo-inspired makeup using the Glam Space Legend palette and diamond brush set. I got started with clean and moisturized skin and used hair mousse to kind of slick my hair back a bit. For my face, I used a stipple brush and Maron Paradise paints in light blue, and my body, I used Maron Paradise paints in white, as well as using Paradise paints in gray for my shoulder pads. Using a small detail brush, I used teal and yellow from Paradise paints to kind of add these little accents that are reminiscent of the marks on Echo's suit. I used the small angular fluffy brush from the diamond brush set to begin to contour. And a lot of this was just chest, collarbones, and neck. I then used the sort of pointed fluffy brush and began to contour my face. A lot of the contouring that I'm going to be doing is similar to what you would do with normal beauty makeup, but when it comes to something like contouring for cosplay, I'm going to kind of layer my contour a little bit. So this lighter color, which is Portal from the Space Legend palette, that's basically going all the way down to my chin, but it's not going to stop there. We're going to use some of the darker blues as well, and don't make them go down quite as low as I made Portal go, to add some additional definition. That's part of the fun with contouring for cosplay, is you could be a little bit more extreme or contour in ways that you wouldn't really be able to do with normal beauty makeup. I used a small detail brush and Maron Paradise paints in white to make Echo's forehead markings. I then went in with a small angular brush and used Utopia from the Space Legend palette and began to shade underneath those markings a bit. Using a packing brush from the diamond brush set, I used that to kind of smooth out the shading underneath those markings a bit, so it wasn't quite as much of a harsh line. I used the angled fluffy brush from the diamond brush set and went in with Destiny and just started to contour a bit more deeply, and again, not bringing it quite as far down as I did with Portal. I also lightly went in with Destiny around my jaw to kind of add more of a shadow. Using the same brush, I used just a little bit of Utopia and tapped off the excess, put that basically just at the top of my cheeks because I did not want to bring that down very far. I used a baby wipe to clean up my eyelid area, and I used NYX's Proof It eyeshadow primer to get my eyelids ready for the eyeshadow. For my base color, I used Portal on a packing brush, and I brought that down to my lower lash line, making sure to leave a space empty around the middle of the back of my eyelid. Now filling in that empty space with Destiny on a packing brush, and then using a straight-edged fluffy brush from the diamond brush set and just blending that all together. I used a little bit of Quasar on my pinky finger and I applied that to my brow bone and the inner corners of my eyes. I've also gotten used to using Quasar just as normal highlighter in everyday makeup. Then using that straight-edge fluffy brush again, I'm using a little bit of Portal mixed with Destiny to contour my nose just a little bit. So the top of my nose, and then kind of thinning it out near the bottom. Then bouncing back to Quasar again, I used it to highlight my nose and my philtrum, as well as using it on a fluffy rounded brush and highlighting my cheeks. Next, I'm taking LA Colors lip oil, though you can just use a little bit of normal chapstick. And I'm using that to pretty much prep my lips because we're going to go in with Portal mixed with a little bit of Destiny and press that onto my lips. Then using a Morphe M124 brush and Utopia, I filled in my eyebrows just a little bit. Going back to the body, using the large angled fluffy brush and a little bit of Destiny and Utopia, I started to just kind of add this shadow around my neck. I used the small angular fluffy brush to add a little bit of shading onto my neck. Then using a small detail brush and some white, I just added some highlights to our little accents, as well as the shoulder pieces. Using that Morphe M124 brush and Utopia, I put a little bit of shading under the shoulder pieces. To add some final details, I just put some white on that detail brush and added some white stripes all around the body. and then some gray on a detail brush just to add kind of these cartoony-ish lines. As well as a bit more utopia on a packing brush. And then I popped in some contacts, and there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments or recommendations for future characters, make sure to comment them or tweet them or send them any which way. Whatever day it is that you're seeing this, I hope you're having a good one, and I will see you the next time I do video stuff.